Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm really excited to go through my new studio build. As a content creator, having a studio space that you can work, play, and feel inspired is super important. That's why I'm really excited to show you the centerpiece of my build, that is the desk here you see me sitting at today. Desky was kind enough to work with us on this project, so they sent us a sample for us to try out. So I had choices of anything from laminate, softwood, hardwood, but I leaned into the rubberwood. One thing that really stood out to me about rubberwood was its sustainability. It is very similar to a hardwood finish, but comes from an interesting place. If you're not familiar, rubberwood is the byproduct of the latex industry. Instead of cutting down trees for timber, rubberwood comes from trees that have already been used for latex and are at the end of their life cycle. That means less waste, more sustainability, and still a solid, durable wood surface that feels great to work on. So not only does it look good, it's also eco-conscious choice. I really liked to hear the origin of where rubberwood comes from. It looks great. It's pretty much like somewhere in between a softwood and a hardwood. Honestly, fantastic. Great choice if you're looking for a sustainable option, but you want something more of a harder surface. Now let's talk about the build. Honestly, the assembly was pretty straightforward. Desky provides everything you need, and we pretty much put it together with just an Allen key, which is included in the box. In each box, you'll find this card with the QR code on it. You can easily just pull up your phone, scan the QR code, and it'll directly bring you to the YouTube video. It's really easy to follow along the videos, which we actually did for a large portion of it because I'm pretty much a visual person. Other than that, I did bring a friend to make the process a little quicker, but you can handle it all on your own if needed. When looking at setting up my new studio space, one of the things I really wanted to focus on is making sure that the space fit my needs. So this is what drove my thought process. When looking for a desk specifically, I knew I wanted something spacious, versatile, and built to last. That's why I went with the L-shape format. It gives me plenty of surface area for editing and gear storage, while also creating a perfect side space for shooting product videos, unboxings, or even talking head segments like this. The color I chose is dark walnut, which not only looks beautiful, but also works as a great background for my shots. I even matched it with walnut acoustic slat panels for the walls, so everything ties together. As far as Desky goes, they have a variety of different colors. If you're going for a laminate surface, softwood, hardwood, or rubberwood like I chose, there are countless colors and wood finishes for you to choose. I really wanted to focus on this darker finish as that's just one of my personal favorites, but there's lots of options for you to choose. As far as the legs as well, I went with a darker color. I wanted the matte black finish, but they also have a different variety of colors. This is definitely my style and fits with my PC, my accessories, and everything for my build, so it's all cohesive what I'm feeling and has a perfect aesthetic, which I like. You may have noticed the very clean cabling under the desk. Let me tell you why. One of the things I'm most proud of is the cable management. I added the Desky integrated cable channel with the 9 power points, which includes 3 USB-C and 3 standard USB. All of my power plugs and adapters live inside this channel, which means instead of a jungle of cords, I've now got just one clean plug going to the wall. It keeps everything neat, accessible, and way more aesthetic. The cable channel was very easy to install. I just screwed it in, added all the different power points. I went with 9 power points. As a content creator, we have lots of electronics, so that I could plug everything in. The USB-C was clutch. I have lots of different cables. My PC actually only has 2 USB-C ports on it. Anything that needed USB-C power that doesn't need to plug into the PC necessarily is going into the channel. That means anything from my speaker power to various devices for charging, all run through that integrated channel. To keep things nice and tidy, Desky actually provides you with these sticky cable ties, which easily attach to the bottom of the desk. So I've threaded all of the loose cables through these and through the channels to keep things nice and tight, not dangling around. So I have a nice clean setup as such for filming or just general aesthetics. No one really wants all these cables flying around, hanging, and looking ugly. So I feel really good about it, love the aesthetic, and it's gonna be great for filming all my content. What I thought was really cool is since the height of this can go insanely high, I can actually put the desk to its maximum height, and without having to hit my head or risk of hitting my head, I can easily access the bottom of here do some wiring, plug some things in without having to worry about crawling around too much. So something that you may take for granted, but honestly helps a lot when you have to do some rewiring. Having your monitor at the perfect eye line is really important to avoid things like straining your neck. So I really wanted to look for something that I loved, and this monitor stand was one that stood out to me over something like an arm. Not only does it raise my screen to the perfect height for a better posture, but it also creates extra space underneath for my mic gear, hard drives, and anything else I want within reach. The cables for the condenser mic input are tucked below, so you don't actually see them on the desk. It keeps the setup clean and organized, and I love that it matches the same walnut finish as the desk, so everything feels cohesive. Plus, it makes the whole setup feel elevated, both literally and aesthetically. The real game changer is the sit-stand functionality. The desk adjusts from 23.6 inches all the way up to 49.2 inches. Using its triple motor system, it's super smooth and powerful. But here is the crazy part. It has a weight capacity of up to 440.9 pounds. That means all my gear stays completely stable, and yes, it can even lift me sitting on top of it. But it's not just about strength. There are huge benefits to a sit-stand desk. Standing throughout the day reduces fatigue from long editing sessions, helps with posture, and even boosts focus and creativity. I've found that I'm way more energized when I can switch things up instead of being stuck in a chair all day. I'm sure you've all felt that moment where you've been sitting forever and you want to keep working, but you just can't stand sitting anymore. That's when you would switch to a standing mode like this and just keep on working. The Desky control panel comes with up to 4 presets. You can also use an additional 6 in the app. That means you can use the panel, the phone app, or even Siri to control the height of your Desky. Hey Siri, Desky up. Personally, I set up a preset for sitting and editing, one for standing while working, and one for filming. Switching between heights is effortless, and the Siri integration makes it even more convenient when my hands are full with gear. One of the biggest things I've noticed since switching to this Desky desk is just how comfortable I have been throughout the day. Whether I'm editing for hours, jumping between camera setups, or just trying to stay focused, being able to switch between sitting, standing, keeps my energy up and reduces the end-of-day fatigue. But here's the part that I didn't expect. This desk has actually become part of my lifestyle. Not just my work setup, but I've found myself hanging out here even when I'm off the clock. There's something about the comfort of this whole setup. It's my little space, it's super comfortable, and it can fit any scenario I throw at it. Honestly, it's cozy enough that it feels more like a living space than just a workstation. And just so you know, this isn't a sponsored video. Yes, Desky did send me this desk to try out, but everything I've shared here is genuine experience from the last couple weeks. I hope this has given you a better idea of what's possible. This isn't just a workspace. This is honestly a place where you can hang out and feel comfortable and creative. I want to hear more about the different desktop setups you use. Check out the links below if you want to learn more about the products that I have today. And if you have any questions, let me know. Stay tuned for more videos where I'm going to talk about some of the other different items I use in the studio to get things rolling. Don't forget to subscribe and stick around for the next video. I'll see you later.